Today we talk quarantine. Make sure you're quarantining your new snakes.
Proper Royals!
Hey, it's Adam at Proper Royals. I got a new male clown addition today. Just unbagged him and getting him set up in a quarantine tank. Most of the snakes, not most, all the snakes I keep in tubs, but I do have a quarantine tank set up, and we're up here on the upper floor of the house, and the snake room is on the lower floor. I will not even let this guy near the other snakes until he's properly quarantined and I'm confident that he's clean and healthy, primarily from mites. So unfortunately, he's already had a stressful day from car rides and a new owner and getting checked out by me and all of that. But we've got to go through and we're going to give him a bath. And for the bath, I use a solution of ivermectin and Dawn. Ivermectin, I use the Dervet brand. And the blend on the Dervet brand is 40 milliliters to 32 ounces of water. It's powerful stuff. You don't want to use it more than you have to for the snake's health and all of that, but we also want to make sure that there are no mites. So what I do, and so 40 mils of ivermectin, 32 ounces of water, and I do about 6 drops of Dawn. Dawn is not going to kill the snake in that quantity. Mostly it's for its cleaning purposes, and I've heard people say to add a little lubricant to the scales, so if there are mites, when they die, they'll fall out. So to do that, I just spray him down. I don't spray his head. I'm going to spray him down with the ivermectin and Dawn. And then I just kind of massage it in. And I'll do this once. If I see evidence of mites dying, I'll do it another time in 1 week. If I don't see any evidence on the white paper towels that I put in the cage, then I'll only do it once. Whoa, got to stop the video for just a second and clarify 2 things really quickly for you that I didn't get in that first take. The first thing is, that's a mature snake that I'm putting that solution on. If your snake is under about 250 grams, do not use any ivermectin on it, okay? Just use the Dawn dish soap and water solution. Give them a bath just with that. If they're that small or juvenile snake, put them in the quarantine tank and let them be. It's less aggressive, could take longer if you do have mites, but the healthier snake is at risk. They're not ready for that. Also, if the snake is just shed, give them 24, 48 hours before you treat them with that. The second thing is, when you see me in the video spraying down the paper towel, that is ivermectin solution. There's no Dawn in there, but that's the same 40 mils of ivermectin to 32 ounces of water, okay? Not straight ivermectin. Don't put straight ivermectin anywhere near your snake. Make sure it's watered down to that solution. Otherwise, carry on, quarantine safely, take it back to the video. And I'll quarantine them for 2 weeks. If there's no issues after 2 weeks, I'll move them down. If I do see any evidence of mites or respiratory infection or something that would concern me about him being with the rest of my snakes, then he'll stay in quarantine and maybe even need a vet visit if it's anything more than mites that comes up. So the other thing I do is I wet down the paper towels. This solution of ivermectin has no Dawn in it. This is just ivermectin, and I'll keep the paper towels damp with that. I'm sure it's unpleasant for him, but we have to make sure that there's no mites. So that's really it. That's the treatment we'll give him, and we'll keep the quarantine. So I got my usual F10 here is what I clean the cage with. Set it up with paper towels on the bottom. He'll get his 2 hides and his water dish in there, and he'll hang out in that tank for a couple weeks. And like I said, I'll keep an eye on him. I will feed him as usual. I'm going to let him settle in for a week. Today was a normal feeding day. He did not feed today because I picked him up today. So 1 week from today, I'll feed him his normal routine feeding, or try to. And then on the second week, we'll move him down into the tub in the snake rack. I didn't mention he is a Visual Clown pastel, and he's my newest addition. So thanks for joining me. That's the quarantine process and the cleaning treatment for mites that I go through. Thanks for joining me. Cheers to you wherever you are. See you next time.